Today's question is from Vanessa, and it's all about pressure and depth settings and things you can do to make your project much better. This is the Creative Crafters podcast. Hi, I'm Bette from Bette's Makes, and this is your questions answered. Now, the easy thing with the pressure and depth settings, one of the things you have to make sure is you have the correct material selected first, and that's the most important piece, is the correct material. Because when you go to do your cut or your make off the mat, you'll notice when you are ready to go and you've selected the material, right at the top there is a button that says pressure, default. And then you can set it to more and you can set it to less. So if you set it that way, it's much easier. Now, as far as depth goes, as long as you have the right material, if you're finding it's not cutting through, the easiest thing is when the mat is being ejected, do not eject it, but press the go button again. And what will happen is that your Cricut will load back up and recut exactly what you were working on. So that'll give you two cuts. And I find that is the best way to do the depth settings. Otherwise, you will end up playing around with depth and just keep cutting and wasting materials. But instead of wasting the materials, set it to more pressure for each of the material types if that's what you need for a better cut. If it does not cut through, do not unload the mat, but press the go button once again and it will recut. If it still doesn't come through, press the go again. And that way you'll be able to make it have 2, 3, or 4, or 5 passes, whatever you happen to need to make that work for you. So I hope that answers your question, Vanessa. And this is your questions answered, the Creative Crafters podcast.